Welcome back to the Weekend Warrior Show. I'm very excited to share this next interview with you. It's with the director of a movie from last year that I really loved, starring Rose Byrne. And no, it's not If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. A lot of people like that movie. She got an Oscar nomination. It wasn't for me. The movie I'm talking about is a movie called Toe, directed by Stephanie Laing, which I saw at Rebecca last year. And I really love this movie. It tells a true story of a woman named Amanda Ogle, Seattle woman who was basically living in a car while she tries to find a job. And then her car is stolen, and then it's towed, and then it's put in a tow yard where she has to pay a lot of money, which she doesn't have to get it out. So she's kind of, pardon my French, fucked. It's actually a true story. Amanda Ogle actually went through this. She actually had a car towed. She couldn't get it back. She was living on the street pretty much. She was living in a shelter. This is a wonderful movie. It's a comedy. It's a drama. It's both. It shows both sides of Rose Byrne as an actor. Stephanie Laing is mostly known for TV work, but this is a really great film. It's her third film as a director. She really got some great performances out of not just Rose Byrne, but also this amazing cast. Which includes two Oscar winners, including Octavia Spencer and Ariana DeBose. Includes Dominic Sessa from The Holdovers, who's a big breakout star from Alexander Payne's movie a few years back. It stars Demi Lovato. It stars Elsie Fisher from Eighth Grade. It stars Simon Rex from Red Rocket. And even as Corbin Burnson, remember him? Yeah, he plays the kind of big villain in the movie. Toe comes out Friday, March 20th. I love talking to Stephanie Laing. She's just a great person to talk about this movie, especially, but also we talked about her TV work. We also talked about working with Tracy Ullman back in the day when she first started. Hope you enjoy this interview. I hope you go see Toe when it opens. It's not going to be very wide, I don't think. Kind of limited, moderate. I don't know. I don't have a screen count. What else to do? Anyway, enjoy the interview.
I'm really running out of options here. I need to work.
So you have a vet tech license, but no college degree.
You need a college degree to stick a thermometer up a dog's ass.
So how long you been sleeping in your car for?
7 months.
Did at least a nice ride?
It's a 91 Camry.
Hey, Mom.
Hi, honey. Miss you.
I miss you too.
Any luck on the job hunt?
I have a plan.
You know what God does when he hears about our plans? No! He laughs.
Hello?
Yes, I'd like to report a stolen car, please.
My 91 Camry!
We found your blue Toyota Camry.
I'm Amanda. You have my car.
$273.
I have to pay that to get my stolen car back? Please.
Please don't cry.
Please. This ain't over. I'd like to sue Kaplan Towing.
Hi, my name's Kevin Eggers. I'm a lawyer.
How old were you?
24.
My car is older than you.
Stephanie, so nice to meet you. I feel like, it's funny. I saw Toe at Tribeca last year, and I said, oh, she did physical with Rose Byrne. I didn't realize that I'd probably seen so much more of the work you've done over the years.
Oh.
Either Veep or Tracy Ullman. It's like, it's really, you go, not to make you age you, but you go back a long way with television.
I'm changing my look all the time, so no one knows.
Yeah. But congratulations on Toe. It's coming out in a couple weeks, and I love the movie. It's amazing. Don't tell Rose, but I actually like it better than the one she got nominated for an Oscar or whatever. But it's a great performance, a great story. How did you find out about it? Had the writers already been developing something, and then you came on board, or do you?
Yeah, one of the producers lives in Seattle, and he had read about Amanda, and then had a script commissioned, and then they sent it to me. And you read a lot of stuff, and you want to love it, and most of the time you don't. And this one I devoured it. I was like halfway through, just flipping pages and just like stunned at the story and frustrated for her and cheering for her, but then like couldn't believe the stuff she was having to deal with, but also felt like we all fight broken systems all the time. So I think I got to the end of it and knew I had to tell it, and I like read it that night. I read it so fast, and then the next day I was like, please, I want to do this movie. And I was on the phone with the producer saying, I have to do this. And I was working with Rose on physical at the time. She walked by and I said, it's Rose Byrne. And thankfully Rose agreed that it was Rose. And then, and then we rewrote it more in her voice. And at that point, like I did had a lot of conversations with the real Amanda and the real Kevin, and some of what they had said, like, informed the revised script, and we put more things in there and really focused on the characters. And so I just was like, at some point I feel like I took on Amanda's fight, and then after Rose and I met Amanda, we were like, there's no way we're not telling this.
Like I said, I saw it at Tribeca last year, but as I watched it again recently, I completely could not remember if it was a real story, real person or not until the very, very end. I was like, wait, was this a real story, or is this like a, combination of people who've gone through this in Seattle? But did you write Family Squares yourself? Was that
I
the
did, yeah.
feature? You did, okay,
Well, no, I had a co-writer on that, Brad Morris, and then we did a lot
okay.
of improvised stuff. So the beauty of that was like, it was COVID and the way we did it, like I would just text Margot Martindale or Henry and be like, make up a story, so it was partially scripted, partially improvised.
I'm a big Rose Byrne fan for a long time. I met her when she did Knowing, which was like, I don't know how
Ooh,
long ago. That was a long time ago. Yeah. And so I've been a fan of her kind of up and down comedy, drama, back and forth, back and forth. But like, when did you make this movie in between Physical and then she did Platonic and then she did If I
yeah.
Had Legs? I mean, when did you do that? When was the like timeline?
We filmed right after If I Had Legs. So we went right after the writer's strike ended. 2 years ago, right now, we were shooting right now. It was in between Palm Royale for me and Your Friends and Neighbors. They're both Apple shows. So I did it between then. She did this, and then she went to Platonic season 2. So we were like, you know, it's that thing with an independent movie where you're like, if it doesn't happen now, it'll never happen.
But you got her right off that Oscar nominated performance, so she was probably still, I don't know, in that thing. And then you have other Oscar winners in this movie. You have so many like Oscar
Mhm.
people in this movie and Oscar nominees, and it's
Yeah.
interesting. It's interesting. I just was on a TV show talking about the Oscars, and we were talking about the casting Oscar, the new one,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
and this movie is a perfect example of why casting directors are so
I
important
know.
because if you
It's
didn't
so true.
because this has so many characters and it's obviously so focused on Rose, but every other character is just amazing in this. Like, can you talk
Yeah.
about that?
Oh, yeah, 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 of course, like, my long-term, like, casting partner is Sherry Thomas of by Ali Thomas, and she is, like, she's incredible because she thinks out of the box and thinks that, like, in untraditional ways sometimes and comes up with things that, like, completely surprise me, like, Sherry's responsible for Bryan Cranston in Breaking Bad and Henry Winkler in Barry, like, she just is like, "How about this crazy ass idea?" And her instincts are so good, and she's such a collaborator, and I fully trust her, so we were very lucky with this because the story resonated with everyone and everyone we asked said yes. But Sherry and I were very, strategic and being like, this is our group. This is wouldn't this be amazing, if these people would do it. And then thankfully they all said yes and felt that love of Amanda's story to go and tell it.
It was just right after Dominic finished the movie with Alexander Payne. Was it right on then, or was
Yes,
it?
it was out. He was doing the awards run. I think he was at the Independent Spirit Awards on the carpet, and they said, "What are you doing next?" And he said, "Stephanie's movie with Rose Byrne." So
Oh, nice.
that it was right when it had come out, and I just in watching that was like, "Oh, him," And then they have such good chemistry in this movie, and he even physically like embodies Kevin. I mean, he walks and like the way he stands, I was like, Dom, you're like really like you're Kevin now.
And you worked with Elsie before. Elsie was in your previous movie, and
Yeah.
it's really she has a really interesting role because she's not really she really has her own scenes. Not really on. I don't know.
I
Did
know.
you still
El
do you still do some of those scenes like kind of the phone scenes like in were they together still or
No, no,
no?
I mean, that's
Okay.
the thing, like, the ironic thing with Elsie and I is that we've only done movies together where we're never with anybody else, like Family Square, she was by herself filming, and then this one, I was like, "Well, you'll do a day by yourself," and, it was just her. She did come to set and be the other side of a phone call with Rose, and Rose did the same for her, but we were they were never together, on camera.
And I like Corbin Burnson too. He was a great casting. He's also I mean, I don't think
Yeah.
we've ever seen him in a role this much of a jerk, but
But he makes such a great jerk, doesn't he?
yeah. Yeah, he does. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I was aware Demi Lovato was a child actor, but I can't remember any time, and she did all that Disney stuff, but I can't remember any time I've seen her in a movie
I know.
like
Well, she
recently.
went
So I was like when
yeah,
she was great, this nice performance, and she sings and all, but then I was like, oh wait, that's Demi Lovato, who
yeah.
has
Well, another
done.
person who disappeared into the role, right? And I think it's been a while since she had done anything on camera and, again, fell in love with the story. We had a lot of conversations about the character and she just fully gave herself over to the movie. So I love when people watch it and they're like, is that Demi Lovato? And you're like, yeah, yes, it is. And of course, when she sings, it's undeniable that it's, Demi Lovato.
Now, what kind of research did you do into the homeless situation or the people living in cars in Seattle? And you and Rose, I mean, and the rest of the
Yeah.
cast. Was there a lot of like research to that
Yeah.
shelters and the whole thing?
We did a lot of research in Seattle, and then we partnered with Coven House, and Ariana's on the board of Coven House, and we did several days with them. Like, I interviewed a lot of people. We toured a lot of shelters. We had a lot of conversations. Every single one of the cast had conversations, and doing their own research. Dominic spoke to the real Kevin, like I think everyone really just dug into like wanting to get things right. Because they're so, shelters are so different. There's like, this is a high bar shelter, so they have these rules, and there are other shelters that don't have those rules, or you have your own room, you know what I mean? So we were like, all right, we need to pick one that is authentic to this story.
But it's interesting because, like I said, it's hard to believe it's a real story because it's kind of hard to believe someone could go through this
I
for as
know.
long. And every time you show the day, it's like, I don't know if you saw The Long Walk, but it's like when you see the mile of
Yes,
The Long Walk,
yes.
it's the exact same effect. It's like, holy crap, how
Oh,
is this?
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, how's this ending? I know. I think that was one of the biggest early notes from people were just like, oh my God, I'm so frustrated. She didn't get any restitution. There was no big payout. Why not? I'm like, but that's the point. Yeah, I know, it's really frustrating, but I can't create something that didn't happen. You know what I mean? She didn't win a lot of money. And I think now I was just really happy that people get to see her story.
How did Amanda feel about her story being told? And did you come to the Tribeca premiere
Oh,
last
she
year?
was, yeah, they
Oh,
were there.
okay, nice.
Yeah, they were there. They were on set a lot with us. And I think she's very excited that it's coming out, I mean, Kevin and Avery as well. I mean, I'm sure when Amanda was fighting that, never thought that it would end up where it is.
I mean, the fact that she got through it and survived just alone is
Yes,
just.
yes.
So you're still directing a lot of television, but you're not necessarily directing your own shows. You're kind of directing other shows, and I'm curious about that. How do you go from directing, physical and doing your own to just doing the come in, do one episode, go on?
Yeah. I mean, I like that part. I also like with physical, I directed 24 or 30 episodes. So
Yeah.
I didn't create the show, but I was there the entire time. It's the same with Your Friends and Neighbors. At this point, I've done 19 episodes. I've done 9 of them.
Mhm.
And so I like the ownership of that, like of directing the episodic stuff. I have like recently sold my own show, which I can't talk about yet, but I have created something that I have sold. So transitioning over to that a little bit, but I like the TV thing. I like working with a creator of a TV show and then bringing to the table what I can as a director, because it really is about collaboration and elevating the material at every step, of the way.
I mean, other actors you can go like, oh, maybe I can put him in my next movie or next
Oh yeah,
project.
yeah. You're building relationships, right?
Yeah, that is one of the things about doing directing
Yeah.
TV. By the way, I forgot. I was going to ask something about Amanda. Was that Rosie the Riveter look? Was that really her look? Was that really
Yeah.
the look that she always had? And
That's all her. Yep, that's how she looks. I mean, at the end of the movie, then we cut to them on the bench and you see them, and that is Amanda. Like, we even used her favorite cartoonist designs these t-shirts, and Rose is wearing some of them in the movie, and Avery designed the costumes that Elsie Fisher is wearing.
I do want to ask because did work with Tracy Ullman, who's a kind of a legend, and I love her. And I met her. I interviewed Tracy Ullman, which is not it's a rare thing. But
Yeah.
I was curious about that. Tracy takes on that was fairly early in your career, right? I think, or
Yeah, I was in my early 20s. I look, I mean, Tracy's a chameleon, right? I learned so much from being her producer. In fact, she made me a producer. I was very, very young when I did that. And like, I just learned about character and character development, and Tracy would embody these characters, but like obviously talking like them, but she would walk like them. Her mannerisms completely switched. I mean, she was the taxi cab driver we filmed in Vegas, and she went into the women's restroom and got yelled at by the women because they thought she was a man. So,
oh,
that really like formed so much of how I tell stories and the stories I tell, but really like that character development, how important that is. Because then audiences are falling in love with me. You don't even know why. It's like the way you eat, or like with physical, or if a scene where people are jumping into a pool. Well, not everyone jumps into a pool the same way. So it's just that attention to character detail that I really learned from Tracy.
Stephanie, it's so great to meet you. I love Toe, and I hope people go check it out. Hopefully, I think it did come out before the Oscars or that
Right
weekend.
after March 20th.
Oh,
Yeah,
right after. Okay.
right after. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
either people will see it, maybe hopefully Rose will win if she
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
Either way, but they'll know more people know her, and more people want to check out Toe from
Yeah.
that movie, I'm sure. So, thanks so much. Have a great day. Okay, we'll see you.
I'm going to bankrupt your nonprofit and slit your throat.
It's been over 171 days. You have had my car.
What?
I'm sorry, that was really weird.
I have messed up in my life. This situation was not my fault. I need to see my kid. I've missed everything.
You can make it. I see it. But I promise you, you cannot make it alone. None of us can. You are Amanda Ogle, and you are gonna get your car back. Not just for you, for all of us.
You ready?
Yeah.
Maybe today the system does the right thing, even for someone like me. Give me back my car, bitch!
I don't think she's well.